goody and what's poppin', and welcome to Top Cats Collective Tarot. I am your intuitive oracle and tarot reader, Top Cat, and this reading is for Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North or South Node if you happen to check those as well. I just want to say before we start off, thank you so much for being here. You could have been anywhere in the cyberspace world, but you are here with me, and I greatly appreciate you for that. So, as we prepare to get started, I'm just going to reset the deck, and as I'm doing that, this is actually a perfect opportunity for you to, breathe, ground yourself, make sure that you are tapping into the same frequency as this reading. So, inhale, exhale. I would like to invite your guides, your angels, anyone that is working on your behalf, spiritually, your ancestors, your higher self. And then I would, of course, like to invite my angels, my guides, my ancestors, my Orishas, my grandmother Jessie, and anyone that's working on my behalf spiritually to help me channel all of these messages that are coming in for Cancer. I would also like to, of course, invite God, Source, Spirit, Light into this reading. Whatever messages that you have for Cancer, may it be for their greatest and highest good. So this reading is going to be broken up into 3 parts. You are going to have your general overall messages. That's why we're starting with the Soul Truth deck. And then after we finished with those, we will go into specifics like love and business as well. Oh, okay. We already have one jumper. So this is just to set the overall tone for Cancer. So, starting off, we do have, what is the most limiting belief keeping me from what I want right now? What is the most limiting belief keeping me from what I want right now? What story are you telling yourself? When you think about your dreams, what is the first limiting thought that comes to mind? If you're not living the life you desire, it's because part of you doesn't believe it's possible. It's time to upgrade. Look your belief in the eye. Where does it come from? What new belief are you ready to adopt in its place? How will this change your results? Remember, your belief is the root of your results. Own it, heal it, upgrade it. Now, I definitely understand my Cancer babies. Our subconscious mind reflects our outer world. It indicates our outer world. So, though you feel like you are doing all the things that would help you to better yourself consciously, somewhere deep in your subconscious, you still might be a little doubtful. So this is a perfect time and opportunity for you to tap into that. Whenever you're thinking about money or career or anything like that, if you happen to be hesitant and you're thinking, all right, my goal is to make $2,000 a month, but you feel a little with it, then there's somewhere in your subconscious that believes that you are not deserving of it. So definitely check out your subconscious mind. Now I just want to make sure that everything is facing upright. Oh, I lost a nail. Okay. Some of us might be having to Jiminy Cricket, good Lord. No, that's all right. Some of us might be feeling like things are going off the rails right now. You're trying to you're stepping out of your norm, and you're trying to maintain your image. I get it. I am not a girl who does nails. No, not at all. I liked these nails because it's very on theme, like a soft pride theme, because it is the month of Pride. And also, I did a few videos earlier this week with my nails all messed up, and I was like, you know what, I can't do that. If all you're going to see is my nails, they should at least be cute. Now, yesterday when I did this, it was working out and it was cute, and now today everything seems to be falling off. I ain't no falling off. Y'all are just popping off. So yeah. You might be going back behind your work and realize that some things are not what it seems. That is perfectly okay. It's not about the mistakes necessarily as much as how you recover. So, while checking to make sure that everything is copacetic and you realize that things may be upset, like might not go the way that you wanted it to, just know that as long as you recover, you should be squeaky, like you should be good. No one's looking for perfection. I said this to my Leos earlier today. I knew there was a card that was upside down. I don't want to have forced reversals, you know, like let's start the deck all the way up right, and then you realize like if there's a reversal, then some things are meant to be reversed. Because one thing I've learned about these tarot cards is they really be jumping, right? Like the writing's on the wall, jumping. Destiny's Child, whatever year that was, I think that was 2000. Maybe that was like, yeah, maybe like 2000. Tarot was a part of Destiny's Child. Okay, so we're going into your tarot officially. No more random downloads. I'm not making any promises, honestly. I'm going to say no more random and try to deliver that, but might not be the case. But let's see what messages do come out for my Cancer babies. We're going to just flip the deck. Try to... I want to make sure I give you the most accurate reading. Okay. Now y'all saw how much I done shuffled and broke up this deck. So these are definitely jumpers that were meant for you. All right, so let's see what comes out. Ooh. All right, we have the Queen of Wands in reverse, the Moon card, and the Four of Cups. Someone might be dealing with some fire energy. Something about the divine feminine in the form of fire really intrigued you at first, but you might have got a little bit burned, my Cancer babies. It's okay. I understand that, you know, and at night we're dealing with we can't always see everything. So as you may be focusing on the end goal here, you might not be aware of the crabs that is coming from without, like all the things that, like the red flags that might be coming your way, especially with the Four of Cups. It's like, you know, someone's trying to offer you a drink of water, let you know, like trying to put you on game, and you're just focused on what you want. Now, I realize I haven't read the underlying energy from the first deck, and that is, what expectations do you have that are impossible to meet? The expectations we have are mostly delusional and impossible to meet. When we experience disappointment with ourselves or with a relationship, when we then experience disappointment with ourselves or with a relationship when they are not met, it's time to dissolve your expectations and replace them with gratitude. Today's soul action: be grateful. Grateful. You are being summoned to more peace. Peace is home for your soul, and it is accompanied by trust. And it comes when you surrender and focus on what you can control. If you expect nothing and are grateful for everything, you will experience extreme fulfillment. So some of us might have like some impossible expectations, not realizing that there is beauty around you. Again, it's giving like, I'm not paying attention, I'm not listening. You can have what you say, and I say I want this, not realizing that there might be something better. Or it might be that you are disappointed with this, not realizing like this is an opportunity for you to see the beauty that is surrounding you. Let's look at the underlying energy. So you do have the Wheel of Fortune. It is definitely spinning. Now, is it spinning in your favor? Is it spinning against you? I believe it might be spinning in your favor, Cancer. Subconsciously, you want the benefits. You want the good things. Things seem to be falling in your favor romantically. You have the Six of Cups. And that is, some people call that the soulmate card. Some people call that the true pair card, especially when it comes to the cups. But it's also about nostalgia. Sometimes we put a lot of stock and think our memories and our past might be better than it actually was. But from here, what I'm getting is the Wheel of Fortune to the Six of Cups and the High Priestess is letting me know that things are ruling in your favor emotionally. Excuse me as I take a sip of water. But you might not, consciously, you might not realize that. You might not believe that. Again, coming from what limiting belief keeps you from what you want. You might not even realize right now, like the person that you've been looking for is underneath your nose. It might be somebody that you've known in the past, and maybe in a past life. Yeah, and this is new energy, new emotional connections. With the Page of Cups, it might be with somebody that's younger than you, maybe a little bit more immature than you. Maybe, like I said, because the energy is new, it might be young, it might be fresh energy. So, I see the Tower card is trying to pop out. I can see why, because you might be a little hesitant with these changes. And you're like defending and holding on to this, like, but if you keep doing that, like, things are not gonna work out in your favor. Like, the uppermost portions of your tower that you're trying so hard to build upon might fall, because you're getting too far away from your core, your roots, the foundation. But you know, with after this tower moment, it does seem like subconsciously, underlyingly, this is all trying to get you to your true happy fulfillment, like true emotional fulfillment. And that's where this cycle would end. So that's your underlying energy. Before we clarify this active energy, we're gonna just look through, we're gonna get a crystal affirmation for you to repeat over and over. I just want to make sure that they're all facing the right way, and they're not. Yeah, I feel this energy to like check behind myself, and I haven't done that as much with my other readings this week. So some of you Cancers really might be trying to make sure that everything is right. I'm not getting perfection, just more like I want to be thorough, which is fine, but don't try for that perfection, and if you fall short, like, get upset with yourself, because perfection is not what you think it is. There is beauty in the mistakes. That's where you get character, in most cases. So what crystal affirmation do you have for Cancer this week? Amber, ancestors. My ancestors are guiding and loving me now and always. I am open to receive their support and wisdom. So some of this might be, some of what you're going through, Cancer, is might require you to tap into your spiritual side, your ancestors, your angels. This is what amber looks like. And the interesting thing about amber, it's like fossilized something, I can't remember, but genuine amber typically has like insects and like animals that happen to become a part of this this beautiful, rare, somewhat expensive energy. And some of us might be, again, with the perfection, right? Perfection would be like, well, I don't want no carcasses in my shit. But it's like, that's what gives it character. The mistakes and the nuances is what makes it, what gives you character. Underlying energy is communication. I communicate with grace and ease. And that is Aquarian, aquamarine. So that's kind of like borderline Pisces, Aries energy, because that is the gemstone for the month of March. This is the gem, the birthstone. There we go, Gemini Cricket. So we're gonna leave this here, and now let's clarify this active energy. So take this time to call upon your guides and your ancestors if you have not done this already, because this is definitely an invitation for you to connect with them. That fell out. I haven't clarified anything yet, but the 9 of Swords and the 8 of Cups. Someone might be some of you really might be going through it right now, like emotionally. You're not emotionally, mentally. Some of you might not be trusting of this connection that's that you're dealing with. Some of you might not believe that you are able to receive the blessings and break the generational curses that your ancestors have assigned you to defeat. So to that I say, my friend, you have to believe it, my love. We could try to hype you up all day, but if you don't believe it, you're going to undo some of the work that some of your ancestors have been trying to do on your behalf because of the lack of belief. I did not clarify the joke. So, all right. So clarify the Queen of Wands in reverse, please. Bottom of the deck, you have the 9 of Pentacles. So this is probably somebody that you're working with, someone that you're really setting your sights on. Maybe business-wise and maybe emotionally. But I also forgot to mention that Wands is fire energy, right? So that deals with our passions, our actions. That's Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy. So you might be dealing with a fire sign. You might also be trying to tap into that divine feminine energy when it comes to your passions and your actions. What did come out is the Fool in reverse, the 10 of Wands, and the Ace of Cups. So it's like Ace of Cups is an offering, a love offering. It might be this. Someone might be crushing on you and you are not trying to hear it. And it's driving them crazy. The 10 of Wands gives me like, I'm putting in all this work. And for what? For what? He went 0, 10, 1, 0, 1. It's 0, 1, 10. 0110100101. I don't know. Someone might like in numbers, but I'm noticing like interesting ones and zeros is popping up. Very matrixy. It's serving the matrix. All right. Ten of Wands, Ten of Swords upside down represents to me like you're not overthinking. But see again, see how I have everything upright, and this Ten of Swords is upside down. Some things are just meant, right? So this overthinking period is not, you might be overthinking. Some of you might not be killing yourself emotionally or mentally with this energy. Ten of Swords, as you look at it upright, it's like this bull was stabbed to death, because the sword, and swords represents our thoughts. That's Aries, a Libra, Aquarius, Gemini energy, or air energy. So you're not succumbing to the overthinking. Let's clarify the moon, please. Actually, now that we've done that, let's clarify the moon. Clarify the moon, please. Okay. Again, underlying energy is the Nine of Swords with the yep. I'm sorry. Okay. So you have the Empress in reverse, the Eight of Wands in reverse, the High Priestess, and the Strength card, all in reverse. They all fell out like that. Yeah, I saw that. Now, typically, it feels like let's look at the underlying energy between each card. The Strength card, the High Priestess gives me your spiritual strengths are lacking because you're not communicating with your elders. You're not communicating with your higher self. You're not communicating with you're not tapping into your spiritual gifts. The Eight of Wands is a card of communication, and the Empress is ultimate divine femininity, right? Like the Empress is all four queens embodied in one. And the fact that they all came out in the reverse has me concerned that you're not doing, me as a reader, like my Libra energy, my Libra ways is like, oh no, my friend, what's going on? Some of you might see this Queen of Wands as your Empress. And that's why all this energy is upside down. This might also be how this person feels about you, Cancer. But this fire energy is because the Strength is like Leo energy. They're the lions. Some of you might be cuspians of Cancer to Leo, or Leo to Cancer. Yep, Leo, Cancer to Leo. And some of you might be just I don't know, like I said, we need to really tap into our spiritual gifts. Pray more. Call on God more. If you don't have the ancestor altar, but you are spiritual or religious, but you've just been feeling like it's giving backslider almost. And I hate that term. It gives such a negative connotation. But that might be where the limiting beliefs are coming from. Clarify the Four of Cups, please. So again, there's a lot of fire energy because at the bottom of the deck here is the Queen of Wands once again. Yep, and it is an emotional thing because the Two of Cups is like a light version or a trial version of the Lovers. So with the Seven of Pentacles, you might have met them at work, doing work while on the clock. But let's see what popped out. So you have the Nine of so the subconscious is now trying to, are some of you getting downloads as I'm talking to you, because your underlying energy is now active energy. It's like these are the things that you are not accepting. The nine of Pentacles, the ten of Swords, that's definitely like I'm overthinking. It's also the completion of something, like maybe you're not accepting that anymore, and you're accepting the fact that you have many options between the seven of Cups and then the Six of Pentacles. You also have the Chariot, and it's like, baby, it's time to get this energy moving. Get up out this stagnant energy and let's keep it pushing. Let's see how this spills over into your love energy. Oh, okay. By the way, I don't know if I mentioned this. This is meant to be for the next 7 days. Now, some of this energy might spill over from beyond the 7 days, but this is supposed to be a weekly reading. I feel like the way that this is going, though, this might be, if you're not actively trying to, like, this might be the beginning of a new phase for some of you, a new cycle for some of you. Like, some of you are really awakening to your spiritual gifts as this is going. I feel like I see a lot of light bulbs popping out. Like, you know what, I do need to tap back into my spirituality side. Like, we're water signs, Cancer, because I'm a Pisces sun. Yep, there you go. Religious factors. Your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and your spiritual path. Some of you really might be going through like this spiritual transformation. Some of you might have experienced church hurt, I'm getting. And it's like, I don't want to tap into that. Like, what has God done for me lately? The ungodly hour is coming through. I know. You know that I've heard it all before. You're hesitant, wish you can give me more. I know you like to play those silly games. When you're done, call on me. Know that someone that you're dealing with is worth waiting for. I don't know if you're saying that to somebody or if somebody's saying that to you and you're not hearing it. But know that this love is worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your love life. Bottom of the deck, you have romantic feelings. Your feelings are real and worth exploring. Some of you have to heal from this hurt in order to be receptive to this Two of Cups energy. Was there something behind the Two of Cups? No? Okay. So maybe y'all are gonna have to have some of these like heart-to-heart conversations. Any more love messages for Cancer this week? I haven't asked. Y'all just channeled this. Playfulness. To recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit to shine. Make the effort, my love. Great love is worth taking the steps you were guided to take. But you have to make the effort. You have to put thoughts into action. And stay optimistic. The ten of swords is given like a quit energy. So this is a reminder to stay positive and have faith that it's your positivity, your high vibration that'll bring you the romance. Some of you that are dealing with this Empress energy might need to get reacquainted with somebody. As you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. So some of you might be separating from people right now. Time apart from your partner is on the horizon. For those of you that have been like, I can't stand my Aries, my Leo, my Sag, or I can't stand whomever this fire energy, because you don't have to have, like, this doesn't have to represent your sun. This doesn't have to represent your sun. This can represent your moon, your rising, your Venus, your north, your south node, anywhere on your chart. Could be the fire energy. I'm gonna just move this on down. Alright, so we're gonna be reading from the Divine Feminine Energy deck. I find that funny because I'm just thinking about the fact that your divine fire energy is upside down. Alright, cool. And some of you need to fix that. But we're still in the energy of love. So let's see how we can connect with our divine feminine energy then. What is the reminder that you, Cancer, need to know? What is coming out? Ooh, Yemaya is coming out. Love her. Solange is the crown daughter of Yemaya. Someone pronounces it Yemoja, and it just drives me crazy. It's Yemaya. Yemoja. Okay. What love messages do you have for Cancer? Ooh, okay, so you have Sekhmet, the red lady. I am pure strength. I honor my anger by giving voice to it. Some of y'all really might be like, the strength might be you ignoring your fire energy. You're upset about something and someone is pissing you the F off and you want to go ham, but you're not acknowledging that. But realize that fire is not always destructive. It's also cleansing and purifying. Some of you might want to do some candle magic. Some of you might just want to light some incense and burn. Well, that's more air energy. But light some candles. Take a bath. Relax. Enjoy the red energy, the warmth from the sun. The sun is considered a big ball of fiery energy. So it also can bring life. Excuse me. We have these emotions for a reason. Saint Bridget, our Lady of Exalted Light, I give endlessly because the light is without end. My soul is all I need. Let's look at one more. Okay, this is one I've never seen before. Nanda, yes, Nanda, the goddess of never not broken. Everything happens for my liberation. I choose to become only more love. Now, I'm interested to see what this means. So I'm going to actually try read from the guidebook real quick before we go into your active energy. She almost looks like Cher. Okay, so please let this be in alphabetical order. I feel like y'all are not. I think the reason why I'd never really read from this guidebook is because, yeah, we're starting with Mary Magdalene. And then I'm supposed to just flip through here and find, like, they don't have numbers. This was not the All right. That might also be because we are meant to just learn more about these women. I'm not sure. But let's try to find... Okay. The goddess of never not broken. Everything happens for my liberation. I choose to become more love. She represents the essence of the phoenix. Some of you might have Scorpio in your chart. Scorpio in your chart. It is giving... Oh, Jiminy Cricket. It is giving 8th house energy. She knows that everything is conspiring to transform her into only more love and light. Akhlanda is an elusive goddess from Hindu mythology. Her full name is Jiminy Cricket. Okay, here we go. And I don't want to mess this up, so that's the only reason why I'm like, okay. Akhilandeshvari. Ishvari is Sanskrit for meaning female power or goddess, and Akhilianda means never not broken. So she is the goddess of never not broken. She can never be broken because she always is. She is the embodiment of what we try to avoid, the dissolution of our ego's identity. Her power is unparalleled. She radiates the potent light and joy that's the goal of change, transformation, or pain. And I feel like some of you are going through this change, and it's not an easy transformation. It's a painful one. But I feel like this is very transformative. There is very little written about her. She is meant to be known through experience. She is an intimate, interior goddess that we meet when we are in the darkest moments of grief and heartbreak. The soul voice, this is really extensive. We are here to let our ideas of ourselves go up in flames so that beneath the ashes, the soft core of who we truly are arises. And so that we remember that it is not the heart that ever breaks, it's the ego. The heart only ever expands. So the intention, everything happens for my liberation, right? Your soul voice meditation. What heartbreak can I see as an opportunity to expand? I feel like this is in line with this card about limiting beliefs. So let's look at the active. Oops, sorry, did not mean to turn these around. Let's look at the active energy, which is Diana, the queen of the wilderness. The language of the natural world is frequency of love. This is my mother tongue. So I chose this deck for you, Cancer, because you are ruled by the moon. And the moon is like, if the sun is the divine masculine, right? Because that is the yang, then the moon is only operable in the nighttime, which is the divine feminine, which is the yin. So you Cancer naturally radiates love because of the fact that you naturally have you're ruled by the moon who only operates in the divine feminine energy or in the dark. Then you also have Thekla, the prophetess of true power. I call my power back from all times and all places. I am my own. So I feel like this is definitely something that you should be saying, Cancer, to yourself. I call back my power from all times and all places, especially as you are dealing with things that are causing you to overthink and to overwork yourself. You know, this would be the antidote. Call back your power. I am my own. That was from there and there. Okay, cool. Let's see what Diana says. Or we'll see whomever pops up first. This deck, this guidebook. So lovely. All right, so then Thekla, the prophetess of true power. She represents the callback of all of our power. The acts of Paul and Thekla dates back to the 2nd century through the scholars, though some scholars believe its Greek composition could be from as early as 70 CE. Let's move to, because I don't... In the arena, all the women protest judgment of Thekla, proclaiming her innocence. A huge lioness enters the arena, approaches Thekla, and then licks her feet and bows before her. Thekla enters the pool in the arena that is filled with wild sea lions. The women fear she will be killed, but she declares, "In the name of Jesus, I baptize myself." Suddenly, she is shielded and protected by a great ring of fire, and glowing white robe suddenly appears on her body. So I find this, that part sticks out to me. Again, this is giving very Phoenix energy. Like, you are trying to kill me, but I know who I am. I know whose I am. I know that I have divine feminine power. And so the lion, there's a lot of lion energy here, my Cancer babies. You might want to, take a page from your Leo counterpart and maybe operate like the world revolves around you. I'm getting stop being a martyr right now. Like you gave and gave and gave and gave so much of yourself that you feel like you are depleted. There's nothing left of you. You might want to reclaim your time, reclaim your power. Soul voice meditation. Where have I given my power away? Especially when it comes to love. So let's look into your career and finances and see what energy comes for my Cancer lovely babies for this week. What messages do you have for Cancer this week? Okay, so we got a lot of green energy, which is heart chakra energy. Passion also comes out for you, Cancer, and that is sacral chakra. Sacral chakra is like right around our navel. Like if root is our groin and genitalia area, like the base of of our body as we sit, then like right around your navel would be the sacral chakra. The sacral chakra is good for confidence and creativity. And some of you might want to tap back into your passions, your creativity when it comes to your career and your finances. This might be representing like you starting a side hustle, you starting a side project, or just tapping into the fun that you might be missing at your regular 9-to-5 entrepreneurial grind. There are some people that are talking about you though. And for that, I just say, don't believe me, just watch. Like, y'all could talk about me all y'all want. I'm still a bad bitch. If you're the one that's gossiping though, you fix that. You got bigger things to focus on. What's sticking out here is it looks like this says the Amber Gazette. So Amber is popping up again in this, right? So with the Amber popping up, it's like your ancestors are still trying to get through to some of you. Some of you might want to, call upon your ancestors and stop dilly-dallying. Fall, fiddly-dee, fiddly, foddly, foodle, is what I am hearing right now. Rest in peace to Whitney Houston. If you haven't watched Roger and Hammerstein Cinderella with Brandy, it is on Disney Plus. Go get your life. Some of you might want to tap back into that childlike energy that might help you in this time when it comes to the gossip. Oh, this is why I don't use nails, but they're so pretty. Some of you are like, this is why I don't deal with people, but it's so much fun. It can be so lonely dealing with people. Then you have growth. Be growth minded. Things are growing in your favor. But be careful of what is growing in your garden. I don't know. This decapitated weed doesn't look like it's rooted in anything right now. It almost ruins the image. Some of you might need to tap back into your roots. Somebody might have put a root on you. You might want to do a return to sender candle. I don't know why I'm getting candle magic. Like some of y'all might be some witches and might not know it. I'm getting that, but yeah, things are growing in your favor when it comes to your career and your finances. You just gotta deal with some people, some naysayers. And you know what? People are gonna talk, baby. If they talking, then that means that they are paying attention. And let's give them something to talk about. Some of you might be dealing with some psychic abilities. The mysticism card is coming out. With completion in the back. Might want to do some return to sender. Some things are dying off that are no longer serving you energetically, period. Impasse, I'm not sure about that one. Honestly, I would say based off of like the fact that it almost gives issue vibes. Some of you might really be into the Orishas, or the Orishas are popping up specifically for you. So look into maybe Yemoya, Eshu. Yeah, we're going to end with release at the underlying energy. Holding on to dead things. Living in a cemetery. You don't have to. Unless you're being told to talk to the Valley of the Dry Bones, where you tell them to get up and walk, and then they do walk. There's no need for you to live in the cemetery, babes. I mean, unless you like the macabre, then by all means, enjoy yourself, but you don't need to. You don't need to live there if you don't have to. Release what doesn't serve you anymore. Let's see what energies come out as far as archetypes are concerned when it comes to your career and your finance. And this is actually where we're going to end at. So, for my Cancers, what energy do you have for Cancers? What messages do you have for my Cancers? We're gonna try to pull from 3. Or try to pull 3. So right now we have the Rescuer. Provides strength and support to others in crisis, acts out of love with no expectation of reward. But be careful, because they also assume that the rescued will reciprocate and keeps the rescued one needy. Some of you might want to deal with, and that's funny because it does feel like I did all this work for you and that was for what? All right. A new Crazy Ex-Girlfriend song that I have yet to sing. After everything got done for you that you didn't ask for, you repay me with regret, pain, and loss. I kind of blended after everything I've done for you and everything. I combined the original with Paula and the reprise with Rebecca. It is giving that. So maybe listen to both of them if you haven't watched Crazy Ex-Girlfriend. I highly recommend it. I love that movie. I love that show. It is a musical, obviously. Your underlying energy was Don Juan in the reverse. So, using your power for romantic attraction for private agendas. Some of y'all might be your rescuer might be giving, the light is a spotlight your positive seductive qualities, but it is not coming out in the positive. So we're only going to focus on what the negative attribute is. I only say this as a warning, but it seems like I read that on purpose because some of y'all might be players and y'all might be playing around with people's emotions. So there we go. Oh, we got a few. Childlike one. So we have a child archetype, which is the orphan, is independent based on going to go. Wow. Independence based on learning to go it alone, conquering fear of surviving. You have the teacher in the shadow, manipulating or abusing students, teaching negative traits and destructive skills. So it's like your orphan child is the orphan child's archetype, or your inner child being the orphan, is showing out in its as a might show in the shadow like the teacher. Notice the dichotomy between the two. Like this might be you in the conscious and you're being kind of manipulative, or you see everyone as beneath you, like these idiots. I'm surrounded by idiots. And whenever you feel like that, you become kind of low vibrational. And it can be destructive to the people that you are dealing with, especially if your fire, your Queen of Wands being in reverse is feeling like you are manipulating them in the worst way possible. But you also have the Hermit in the positive. Seek solitude to focus intently on inner life, serves personal creativity. So that might be like, okay, this is what I'm trying to get away from. So it's about time to call upon the ancestors. I don't know why I wanted to say it in a Jamaican accent. Moving on. Then you have your saboteur. Now, the light, you would be like, what light attributes come with the saboteur? It highlights your fear of self-empowerment and the changes it would bring to your life. So, like, your inner saboteur is like, utilize the gift that comes with recognizing your inner saboteur. They're showing up for a reason, and it's like, okay, we are again going back to the limiting beliefs. Your inner saboteur is still like, it serves a purpose of like, this is what we need to highlight, but don't let it succumb you. Don't let it overwhelm you. Don't let it become your identity, is what I'm getting. Now you have the athlete, and that was on its side, so we're going to read both. Some of you might have an athletic build. Some of you might be working on yourself up in the gym, just working on your fitness. Dedication to transcending physical limits, including handicaps. Development of personal willpower and strength of spirit. But also can misuse of athletic ability for selfish ends, false sense of invulnerability and entitlement. So some of you might put a lot of stock into your physical ability, which is great. It's like, well, bitch, if I can run a marathon with 2 broken toes, can't the fuck you? But that's not all that life is about. It's like, okay, you conquered the physical. Now let's tackle the emotional and the spiritual. The bottom of the deck, after all of that came out, is your wounded. Your child archetype is wounded. Light energy is awakens compassion and desires to other wounded children. Opens the learning path of forgiveness. So some of you might be like, why the fuck am I dealing with these like idiots, and they're beneath me. They're not as smart as me. They're not as clever as me. It might be because they are wounded. The wounded child in you is tapping into the wounded child in them. You might be a teacher. You might be a youth development specialist. You might just end up finding other wounded inner children, and you're trying to bring out the best in them. Be aware of this dichotomy. Turn by tapping into, you might have felt overwhelmed or exhausted from this past school year. Take this summer to really tap into your spirituality, especially with all of this, so that way you're refreshed, because you are meant to be a teacher. And the light is the ability to communicate knowledge, experience, skill, or wisdom. So, by tapping into this personal creativity, you will be a more effective teacher and help other orphan-like children and other wounded inner children. See, you're an artist. Utilize your art with your teaching. We're going to stop with the Samaritan. Refines your capability or your capacity to help those you would prefer to ignore. So yeah, you're being called to figure out, like, why the fuck am I always dealing with this shit? You're meant to lead them. Teach them, it'll feed them. That's what I'm getting from Khalees. Did you know Khalees still makes music? Yeah. You do have vampire in the reverse also, so that would be the shadow, depleting others of your psychic or survival, chronic complaining, and codependency. Don't just state problems without solutions, Cancer. Or state all your problems in your art. You have a blank card. Like, you can literally become who you want. You have it in the shadow though. So like, this might be like, all right, let's make a blank slate or a blank card for a shadow or like a negative attribute, because you see the saboteur and you're like, ugh, well, there should be no light when it comes to self-sabotage. But there is. So check your lower vibrational stuff, or even check in with your twin, Cancers. Like, your astrological twin is a Capricorn. Yep, is a Capricorn. So check the Capricorn reading, see if there's anything that you can learn from them. It is giving like building a community. Learn from the sign after you with Leo and your yin yang energy, which is Capricorn. Check out those readings as well, especially if you have them in your placements. But that is where we're going to end this reading right here. I would like to thank your guides, my guides, our higher selves, and God for this reading. I hope that this helps you. If you like what you see, turn off the TV and do it. But as far as the jewelry is concerned, I do make jewelry. You can find me on all social medias at SEYSII Reacts. I do have a second YouTube page where I react to movies and television shows and the such. So it's SEYSII Reacts. That's where you could place, if you want to do a personal reading, I do have openings for personal readings. If you want to place an order for some jewelry, I do make bracelets, necklaces, and earrings. Those are, I do have some openings for that as well. And then, like I said, just, check your other placements. A playlist should be popping up right now. I love you so much, and thank you very much for watching. I will check in with my Cancer babies in a week. Bye.